Welcome to Scriptural Snapshots, brought to you by Living Faith Ministries in Kaiser, West Virginia, where we bring the living Word of God into your life. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. We're talking about Jairus out of Mark chapter 5 about only believe. He tells Jairus, do not be afraid, only believe. But before that happened, Jairus has come to Jesus and he's expressed his faith. He said, Jesus, come to my house. My little girl is sick. Come to my house, lay your hands on her, and she will live. And he had to travel to get there. This wasn't just a step outside of his house. Jesus wasn't preaching in his town. He was some distance away, and he had to go to find Jesus and seek him out. Now, that takes more effort than what you think, because it's real easy to sit in your recliner, and even though your child's sick, you just, she'll get over it or whatever. But he knew this was serious. And so he comes to Jesus, and he's to the point of where he thinks that Jesus is going to come to his house. I mean, he's got his attention, and they're walking or going toward the house. They've started, and then an interruption comes. I hate interruptions. I hate it when I start doing something and I get interrupted. And you can't avoid it. I mean, it happens all the time, but interruptions can distract you. You can lose your focus. It just makes another problem on the way. We don't like interruptions. Well, the interruption here was the woman with the issue of blood, and she's bleeding. And I won't go into this story much, but because it doesn't affect Jairus that much, but she comes in and she touches the hem of Jesus' garment, and Jesus felt virtue flow out from his garment. And as he did, the woman steps back and he looks around and says, "Who touched me?" And the disciples are all wondering, well, what do you mean, who touched you? There's a crowd of people. We're surrounded. What do you mean, who touched me? But Jesus didn't mean someone bumped into me. He said, someone drew power from me. Someone had operated their faith on me. God is aware when we operate in faith, and it gets God's attention when we move in faith. And finally, this woman came forward and she said, it was me. And she explains what happened and everything. And I love this. Jesus says to her, now this is important, and get the timeline on this. Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. Now, this is awesome. I mean, go and be healed. He says, he's not angry with her for tapping into him. He's not angry that she didn't come for the public service of prayer. He's just thrilled, but he wanted to know who it was. You have to stand up for your faith. You can't just do this in darkness. And she was healed, but Jesus just confirmed it. He says, daughter, your faith has made you well. He wanted her to know that. It wasn't because you touched me. It was because you believed that if you touched me, you will be healed and made whole. And he says, daughter, I know this. I know you touched me, but it's your faith. It's not that you touched the man of God. It's not that you touched the person of Jesus. It's just that your faith that God could heal you, would intervene in your situation. Your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. Boy, Jairus could have had a lot of different emotions. He's desperate for his daughter to be healed. Here this woman is distracting Jesus. Jesus' attention had been diverted from Jairus to this woman, and that he doesn't even know. I mean, in all essence, he doesn't really care who this woman is. It's like, but Jesus, you're on the way. Don't forget about me. Don't get caught up in this thing that just happened to you. Keep your focus on me, because that's how we think. If Jesus is distracted, I may not get what I want. So Jairus is probably a little bit concerned here, but in that moment in time, could Jesus forget about Jairus? Because this is our fear about God, that if there's an interruption, if we don't get this immediately, if it is not done right now, will God just kind of lose us in the shuffle, lose us in the pack, and we'll just miss our moment of healing. Then a second interruption came. Someone from Jairus' house came and said, your daughter's not just sick, your daughter's dead. And why trouble the teacher any further? Oh, Jairus has a perfect opportunity. It's at this very moment that Jesus turns in Mark 5:36. As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, that your daughter's dead, don't bother the teacher anymore, he says, do not be afraid, only believe. At that very moment, when he's just found out my daughter is dead, think about the emotions that could overtake him, the trouble in his mind right now that instantly comes, and Jesus immediately says, Jairus, don't be afraid, only believe, because God doesn't change. We'll pick this up tomorrow. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. God bless you.